Agriculture is the most widespread form of human-environment interaction. It provides employment to more people and uses more soil and water than any other human activity. Farmers, therefore, constitute the largest group of natural resource managers on the planet. Pressures on natural resources in agricultural landscapes demand use and management decisions by land managers. These decisions are supposed to be supported by an accumulated wealth of knowledge. Nevertheless, it is only a fraction of this information that eventually becomes actionable knowledge. Is it a matter of limited relevance, limited credibility, limited legitimacy? The immediate question is, how can we foster knowledge-sharing processes that contribute to better natural resource management decisions and greater adaptation capacity of small farmer communities to global change? Fostering rural innovation through effective knowledge sharing in agricultural landscapes is central to building the adaptation capacity of small farmers to global change. This involves strengthening human capital through enhanced problem-solving capacities promoted by access to an improved knowledge base that integrates local and technical knowledge. It also involves strengthening social capital through enhanced consensus-building capacities required to guide positive collective action processes. The conceptual basis of the InPac-S methodological approach considers that local knowledge and technical knowledge share a number of common core concepts. However, each knowledge system has gaps that in many cases can be complemented by each other. New research for development efforts should rely on an expanded shared knowledge which blends local and technical knowledge, which is more relevant, credible, and legitimate to small farmer communities. Interest by EMBRAPA on this evolving participatory methodological approach led to the development and execution of an EMBRAPA-funded collaborative project by CIAT and ICRAF with the objective of training EMBRAPA researchers and their partners and to further adapt, use, and improve the methodology by incorporating experiences from different socio-ecological contexts in Brazil. Regional workshops were conducted in the 5 most important biomes of Brazil, namely the Pantanal wetlands and humid savannas, the Amazon tropical rainforests, the Cerrado tropical savannas with low trees and shrubs, the Caatinga semi-arid thorny scrub forest, and the Mata Atlantica moist tropical forest involving EMBRAPA researchers and their partners from each of these regions. At the conclusion of this capacity building project, 52 researchers from 28 EMBRAPA units, along with close to 70 of their partners in extension services, universities, NGOs, and local and federal government, had been trained as trainers of the InPac-S methodological approach and a methodological guide produced in Portuguese. The Africa-Brazil Agricultural Innovation Marketplace provided the financial support for a team of EMBRAPA and ICRAF scientists to bring the InPac-S methodology to Africa and the opportunity to contribute to the efforts of this effective platform for South-South collaboration. In May 2012, a training of trainers workshop was jointly conducted in Nampula in northeast Mozambique as part of ICRAF and EMBRAPA efforts for capacity building of IAM, the Mozambique Institute for Agricultural Research, and its partners in extension, universities, NGOs, and local government. The first 2 days of the 5-day workshop are dedicated to building the conditions for the effective use of different participatory tools. The last 3 days are dedicated to experiential learning in a learning by doing mode, guided by qualified trainers in the effective use of other tools of the InPac-S methodology. Different group dynamics are used to build the participatory space and learn from each other's expectations, backgrounds, experiences, and foster teamwork for knowledge sharing. A first group visit to the farming communities involved in the workshop helps to get to know the local leaders and make final plans for joint activities on days 3 and 5 of the workshop. Teamwork spirit is promoted by continuous grouping and regrouping across different learning activities to build a basic common technical base on soil formation factors and processes, soil-based ecosystem services, and technical indicators of soil quality. The preparatory phase is concluded by learning the InPac-S methodological tools to identify, classify, and prioritize local indicators of soil quality, and later using them in a simulation of a farmer community visit. This is a preparatory step to the visit to the community the next day. On the third day of the workshop, a farmer community visit is organized to use the InPac-S methodological tools to learn from farmers about local indicators of soil quality and common soil fertility management practices. Farmers representing different communities from the study area meet at one of the communities to participate in a knowledge-sharing exercise with workshop trainees guided by participatory tools to identify, classify, and prioritize local indicators of soil quality. The synthesis matrix brings together the results from all different working groups and generates a list of local indicators in order of importance for the study area. Local indicators are an essential input for the integration step. The prioritized list of local indicators of soil quality, collected during the farmer community visit, are used to first relate it to technical indicators of soil quality and then to relate each indicator with soil properties of a modifiable or permanent nature. Results of plenary discussions among trainees are captured in the integration matrix. This matrix includes local indicators of soil quality organized in order of importance in the second column, followed by the technical indicator that most accurately represents each of the local indicators in the third column. The next 4 columns are used to classify the modifiable or permanent nature of the different soil properties represented by the soil quality indicators. With a focus on soil properties that are modifiable through management, agroecology and soil management principles are provided as a basis to guide integrated soil fertility management options that reduce input use dependence, as well as increase the efficiency of input use. Trainees conduct group discussions to define options for 3 input use capacity scenarios: no input, low input, and medium to high input, under conditions of low, medium, or high soil quality that are captured in the management options matrix. Summarizing, after building the conditions for the effective use of the InPac-S approach and methodology, farmer priorities on indicators of soil quality are summarized in the synthesis matrix. These local indicators are then linked to technical indicators of soil quality that reflect the different soil properties in the integration matrix. Finally, focusing on the status of soil properties modifiable through management, on agroecology and soil management principles, and on the farmer's capacity to use inputs, a basket of soil management options is generated and captured in the management options matrix. All the information generated during the workshop is then given back to the farmer community the next day during the soils fair on the last morning of the workshop, when farmers bring soils, indicator plants, and soil organisms from their farms. The Soils Fair setup is organized and conducted by trainees who are guided by InPac-S tools and facilitators. Farmers and trainees split into 4 groups that rotate through 4 thematic tables where simple soil quality assessment demonstrations are provided. It also includes a PowerPoint presentation entitled The Living Soil, highlighting the services that soil organisms provide to farmers and other sectors of society as well. Concluding activities on the last afternoon of the workshop include reflections about the usefulness and applicability of the InPac-S methodology in their respective work and institutional settings. This is followed by the drafting of relevant research for development action plans in working groups using a standard format. The construction of an expanded shared knowledge to support land management decisions and the development of capacities to build community consensus on land management priority issues are key elements of our strategy to strengthen human and social capital of farmer communities and local institutions. Furthermore, an improved communication between farmers and other agricultural professionals is essential to link knowledge to action that is catalyzed through action plans that aim at improved land and soil management collective action processes. Future challenges and opportunities include promoting further capacity building and participatory research using the InPac-S methodology throughout Africa, now facilitated by the recent English edition. Developing and using local soil quality monitoring systems to make better agricultural management decisions, and finally, connecting soil processes with society by embracing the ecosystem services framework.